Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because in today's video I am going to be letting Instagram choose what I read for a week. I've always wanted to do one of these videos because I absolutely love watching them and I love voting on people's polls when they do them. So I put up 3 polls on my Instagram, so there's like 6 books to choose from and I will be reading like whichever 3 books wins each of those polls. So I'm going to show you the options that I put up and then I will go look at the polls and tell you which ones have won. So the first poll that I put up was between When in Rome by Sarah Adams and King of Wrath by Anna Huang. These are just 2 books that I really wanted to read. They both just look very fun and I'm very excited to read them. I don't actually know which I think is going to win because I don't know which is more popular at the moment. But yeah, these are the first options to choose from. Then the second poll was to decide between 2 Kindle books. So the first one was The Golden Spoon by, I think it's Jessa Maxwell. This is a cozy mystery which it's like inspired by the Bake Off, which sounds so fun and so unique and I really want to read that one. And then the other option that I put was The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is like this group of teenagers with like natural abilities and they get recruited by the FBI to like help them solve cold cases and stuff. So those are the options that I put on the second poll. And then on the third poll I picked 2 sapphic books because it's Pride Month. Has to be done, you know. So I picked Imogen Obviously by Becky Albertelli and then I picked She Gets the Girl as well. I honestly do not know which one is going to win this poll. Probably this one because it just came out, but I honestly don't know. So I picked those 2 books for the third and final poll. If I had to like choose which one I would prefer When in Rome, The Golden Spoon and Imogen Obviously. Those are the 3 books that I kind of want to read most, but I would be happy with any of them obviously. So let's look back on the poll and see which ones are winning. Also, I put up this poll like 3 hours ago, so it could change in like 24 hours, but this is what the polls are currently at. Okay, so looking at the first poll, When in Rome has 49% of votes and King of Wrath has 51% of votes. So King of Wrath has won. This is going to be the first book that I'm going to be reading this week. I'm honestly happy about that. Like, I did want to read When in Rome, but I will be doing another reading vlog of like summary romances and I'm sure I'm going to read it then. But this one has been on my TBR for a while and it's a billionaire romance. It should be a fun time and yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Now let's look at the second poll, which was between the Kindle books. Okay, this one has a clear win. So The Golden Spoon only got 28% of votes and The Naturals won by a mile with 72% of votes. So the second book that I'm going to be reading this week is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Okay, so now it's time to look at our third and final poll. So Imogen Obviously got 46% of the votes and She Gets the Girl won with 54% of votes. I'm okay with that, honestly. I did kind of want to read Imogen Obviously just because it did just come out and I just bought it like last week, but I bought this one on my birthday shopping trip and I have been really excited to read this. And I know that this is like a fake dating, enemies to lovers sapphic romance and that just sounds amazing. Like, I just absolutely love that. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. So yeah, the 3 books that Instagram chose for me to read this week is King of Wrath by Anna Huang, The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick. I love how like these are literally the exact opposite of the 3 that I chose. Like, the 3 that I wanted to come up was When in Rome, Imogen Obviously and The Golden Spoon. So Instagram really did me dirty because they literally picked the 3 that were not my favorites to read. But you know what, I'm actually very excited about all of these books and like, even though I kind of wanted to read the other ones, like I still wanted to read these ones. I think I'm gonna start with King of Wrath by Anna Huang because this one just looks so much fun and I'm in the mood for like a billionaire romance right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get straight into this one. I'm very excited and I will come back to you when I have more reading updates. Welcome to the reading vlog. I hope you enjoy. Hi besties. Okay, reading update time. I'm still reading King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I kind of thought I would be finished this book by now, but I'm still reading it. I'm currently up to page 163, which is chapter 19. So I'm like almost halfway through the book. I think I probably am halfway through the book and I'm really liking it. Like, I am genuinely really enjoying this book. It's a fun billionaire romance. Like, he hates everyone and then he's kind of like confused why he's like feeling a little bit different towards her and he can't figure out what it is. Like, he's not admitting to himself that he likes her. He just keeps being like, I don't know what this feeling I keep feeling is when she's around. And I'm just like, oh my god, you know, he's in love. It's really enjoyable. I think the only reason that I'm not reading through this very quickly is because I've literally not finished a book in like about 2 months. So I kind of forget what it's like to like fit reading into your daily routine and like actually read and finish a book and then move on to another book. I know that sounds so silly, but I've kind of literally forgotten how I used to read. So it is taking me a little bit longer because today is Friday, and I kind of intended on actually ending this video on Friday, like going from Monday to Friday instead of like a full week. But considering it's Friday and I'm still on like the first book that you guys have chosen, I don't think that I'm going to be able to end this vlog today. So I'm going to extend it to Sunday. I think I'm probably going to finish this book tomorrow, honestly. I might read another good bit today and then finish it off in the morning. But yeah, that is kind of my plan for the moment. I've just gotten home from town and I got myself a Starbucks, and I just love Starbucks so much. I rarely get them, but whenever we are over that side of town, I do always end up getting one because I just love them so much. I've said this a few times, but my order is an iced white chocolate mocha with no whipped cream, just in case you're curious about what my order is. Right now, I think I am going to go sit and read this book, have my coffee, and also possibly edit a video as well because I want to upload a video tomorrow. So that is my goal, that is what I'm doing. I am really liking this book. Dante and Vivian are very interesting characters, and I love the tropes in this book, and I have a feeling that like in the second half of the book there's going to be a lot of like plot, and there's going to be a bit of a kind of a mystery thing, because there was something that was alluded to in Twisted Lies that we like never really got any kind of clarity on, I think, and I think that like we're going to find out a little bit more about it in this book. So I'm very excited about that. Really enjoying this. Hopefully I will manage to read up to like maybe page like 250 today, like another 100 pages, and then I will hopefully finish it out tomorrow and move on to my other two books. But yeah, that is my update for right now. I will come back to you later. Oh my god, okay, so it's literally almost 1 AM and I'm like halfway through King of Wrath. I've switched to my Kindle to read for the nighttime, but we just got the best scene ever. Like we got protective Dante. I think if you've read this book you'll probably know what scene I mean. This is just amazing. This is so much fun. We've gotten like quite a few cameos from Christian Harper from Twisted Lies as well, which I absolutely love because Twisted Lies was definitely my favorite out of that series. So loving that there's like a crossover. I'm literally loving this book. I'm nearly on chapter 24. I'm currently uploading a video, which is why I'm reading, because I want to like make sure that that video goes up, and I feel like once I've gotten past the halfway point of this book I'm gonna fly through the rest of it. Okay besties, it's now Saturday and it's about 9 PM and I've read a lot more of King of Wrath since I was last talking to you. I'm now up to page 298, so practically page 300. I have less than 100 pages left to go, and I'm just about to make myself a coffee and finish the last few pages. But I wanted to give you an update on my thoughts so far. Probably liking it a bit more, honestly. However, now we're into like the third act conflict, and I knew all throughout the book that I was going to absolutely hate the third act conflict. I'm not going to spoil anything obviously, but it is one trope that I absolutely hate in every single book, in every single film, literally in any sort of media. I hate this trope, and I knew from like very early on in the book that that was going to be the trope, and I knew that it was going to happen like this. So I want to finish it right now so that I can get past that third act conflict. But it's not as frustrating as I thought it was going to be. Like, it's still annoying obviously, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I'm excited to finish this book right now. Hi besties. Okay, it is now Sunday night and I have quite a significant reading update for you actually. Also ignore the hair. I was like trying to practice hairstyles that I wanted to wear to Love on Tour next month, and I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm vibing with this, to be honest with you, but we have time to figure that out. I think the last update that I gave you was when I had less than 100 pages left of King of Wrath, and I've since finished 2 books since then. I don't even know what sort of like reading power came over me, but I finished 2 books, so I want to tell you about them. So first of all, of course, I did finish King of Wrath by Anna Wong. I literally was so determined to finish this book yesterday. I think I read like almost the entire second half yesterday. I just did not want to be reading this book for another day, because you know when you reach that point in a book where you're like, I'm gonna start disliking it if I don't finish this soon, and that's kind of where I was with this book. Like, I wasn't disliking it, I didn't dislike the book at all, but I just was so ready to finish it. I ended up giving this book a 3.5 stars. My thoughts on this book, I actually don't really know, and I think that's why it's a 3-star, because it's like I don't actually have very strong feelings on it. Like, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it, and I just kind of don't really care about it too much. Like, it was good, but it just was not spectacular. Dante and Vivian were cute. I was rooting for them. I loved the billionaire vibes, obviously. Also, the fact that I didn't absolutely adore this book could be down to the fact that I was in a reading slump as well, and like still kind of am in a reading slump, so maybe that affected my enjoyment a bit, but I honestly don't have a lot to say about it, so that's all I'm gonna say about this book. But honestly, I'm really glad that this one ended up winning the Instagram poll because I had it on my TBR for ages. So I am really glad that you guys chose this book for me to read this week because I finally read it. So yeah, this one was a 3.5 star. Then this morning I was like, okay, I have 2 books left on my TBR. I have She Gets the Girl and The Naturals, and I didn't have that long this morning because I was going out for brunch with my godmother, but I decided to read one of those 2 books while I was having my morning coffee and like I had like a little bit of downtime this morning. So I was like, okay, which book am I going to pick up? And I ended up going for The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes because one, it was on my Kindle and it's just easier to read on your Kindle when you're like trying to do other stuff. But secondly, I was already 57% of the way through, so it kind of made more sense for me to continue with that book. So I ended up picking up The Naturals this morning, and I literally intended to read for like 10 minutes. I thought like, okay, I'm at 57%, I'm gonna get to like 60% and then I'm gonna have to go. But I literally ended up sitting there and reading the entire second half of this book so quickly. I truly don't even think it took me an hour. Like I literally flew through the second half of this book. It was so good, it was so addictive. I feel like when I stopped reading this book like a few weeks ago and like put a pause on it, it was literally about to get so exciting like just after I stopped. So yeah, I finished this book in literally less than an hour. I think I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4 star because of course it's not perfect, and I think like it was a more of like reading it for the vibes and the fun kind of a book rather than it being like an absolute literary masterpiece, if you get what I mean. But still, nonetheless, really loved it. I'm definitely very intrigued to continue with the series. I've already actually downloaded the second book. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that, but whenever I do, I am so excited because I just know it's gonna be good. And also, yeah, like the kind of killer reveal at the end really shocked me, and I absolutely loved how like it did solve all of the questions that were kind of like brought up throughout the book, but also like it kept a mystery for the second book. And now I'm like really intrigued to read the second book because I want to like know more about the details and kind of like that other mystery. The twist did catch me off guard, but honestly I didn't really predict anything. Like I tried not to predict anything because I just wanted to read it for the vibes and then see kind of how it ended. Also, in the love triangle, obviously I have no idea who is going to win that love triangle. Like I do not know, but I kind of do have one that I'm rooting for over the other, but I still really love both of them, so I don't know. But out of Michael and Dean, I definitely do have a favorite, I think. I don't know. I feel like I know who's gonna win the love triangle though, because it's just never the really nice guy, you know? It's always like the bad broody character that seems like an asshole for half the series and then ends up being like such a sweetheart. So yeah, I ended up giving this book a 4 star, absolutely loved it and can't wait to continue with the series. So yeah, I managed to finish 2 books in the space of literally like a couple of hours, which is so unusual because I hadn't finished a book since like the middle of May. As it is Sunday night, I am going to end the vlog here, even though I didn't get to complete the TBR that you guys set for me this week, which I really thought that I would. But I didn't really get to do that because I think for the first half of the week I just didn't really want to read anything, and that definitely stopped me from getting through the 3rd book. Also the fact that I was in a reading slump for a couple of months, you know, I'm surprised that I even finished 2 books this week. But I am really sad that I didn't get around to reading She Gets the Girl because I was so excited to read this book. I think honestly it might be my next read. Still, I'm not sure, but I just won't have it in this vlog. It will be in my next vlog. But yeah, I will definitely get to this book very soon, and I'm still really glad that you guys chose this for me on the polls because I will now push it up on my priority TBR. But the fact that I finished 2 books after not reading a book in like a couple of months is a very big achievement, and I'm very happy with that. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, I really hope you enjoyed. If you watched to the end, comment the yellow heart emoji. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay amazing, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.